from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
How you might be able to get your name on a pre-registration list for a COVID-19 vaccine. We'll have details coming up in today's Henrico News Minute. It's Thursday, February 11th, 2021, and it's brought to you today by Henrico County.
And now for the news.
Well, some good news for folks 16 to 64 who have pre-existing conditions and have been wondering when they could register to request a COVID-19 vaccine. You can now pre-register with the Henrico and Richmond Health Districts at vax.rchd.com. The health districts opened that pre-registration opportunity yesterday afternoon for people in that group, which is part of Phase 1B of the state's vaccination process. Now, by pre-registering, you're not actually registering for the vaccine, but rather adding your name to a list that health district officials will then use when vaccines do become available for you, perhaps sometime later next month. Pre-registering also will not move anyone in this new group up ahead of anyone who's currently eligible to be vaccinated. There are about 117,000 people in Henrico and Richmond who have expressed an interest in being vaccinated. Only about 66,000 of them have received at least one dose so far, meaning there's about 50,000 people who have yet to be vaccinated. They will get their doses first before the health districts move on to those with pre-existing conditions and other employees from Phase 1B. 7 more cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Henrico County Public Schools this week. 2 of the new cases were reported at Crestview Elementary and involved people last in the building last Thursday and Friday. Other new cases were reported at Short Pump Middle, the Eastern Henrico Government Center, where the school system's administrative offices are located, Pinchbeck Elementary School, and River's Edge Elementary School, as well as Sandston Elementary School. That was the first case announced at Sandston since August 12th, when the school system began tracking them. Now there are only 2 schools, Jackson Davis Elementary and Pocahontas Middle, who have yet to report a confirmed case of the virus. Yesterday, Henrico reported 102 new cases of COVID-19. It's now averaging 139 new cases each day during the past 7 days. There were also 2 new hospitalizations and 2 new deaths related to the virus reported in the county. But Henrico's 7-day positivity rates among testing encounters continue to be under 10%. The PCR testing rate is 9.4% as of February 6th, and the rapid testing rate 9.1% as of that same day. Altogether, almost 47,000 Henricoans have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine, and about 9,000 have been fully vaccinated. On Tuesday, self-avowed Ku Klux Klan leader Harry Skip Rogers, who drove his truck through a group of Black Lives Matter protesters June 7th in Lakeside, was sentenced to 5 years in prison with 16 months suspended. That means he'll serve 3 years and 8 months in prison after he pleaded guilty to 3 counts of assault and battery, 1 count of destruction of property, and 1 count of failure to stop at the scene of an accident. Now, the sentence is a lighter one than he originally received in August of 6 years, which he had appealed. No one was seriously injured during the incident. Henrico Commonwealth's attorney Shannon Taylor said she was pleased with the sentence but thought Rogers deserved a longer one. Rogers initially faced additional hate crime charges, but a general district judge threw those out, saying that Rogers didn't target any of the victims because of their race. All 3 victims were white, as is Rogers. ChamberRVA is hosting 2 virtual information sessions today and tomorrow to connect employers with employees region-wide. They take place from 5 to 6:30 tonight and 11 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. tomorrow. And they will involve the Reynolds Community College Reemploying Virginia Initiative and the Greater Richmond Workforce Coalition's Network to Work. Both initiatives are aimed at introducing employers in the region with prospective employees. To learn more or find a link to attend the virtual sessions, you can visit our website, henricocitizen.com, and then click on Community and look for this article. Through a new effort, the Henrico Economic Development Authority is working with the Virginia Department of Small Business and Supplier Diversity and Henrico's Supplier Relations Manager, Jeff Conley, to expand its supplier diversity policies and create more opportunities for small, women-owned and minority-owned businesses. Conley created a two-pronged approach for the EDA to carry out those efforts. The first part involves a member of the EDA's 10-person board meeting with new and existing Henrico companies to discuss supply chain and contractor needs and form a connection so that businesses can access the services they need through SWAM businesses. The second involves collaboration between the EDA and Henrico Purchasing Division to host webinars to educate local business owners and officials about what it takes to become SWAM certified. EDA Director Anthony Romanello said the effort was born from discussions internally about how the agency could do even more to help the community and businesses in Henrico. You can read more about the effort at henricocitizen.com by clicking on News and then Business. State lawmakers in both chambers of the General Assembly have advanced criminal justice reform measures that would eliminate mandatory minimum sentences in favor of allowing judges more sentencing discretion. A bill in the Senate passed Friday by a 21-17 vote. It proposes to eliminate mandatory minimum prison sentences for various crimes, including aggravated involuntary manslaughter, child pornography, and violating a protective order for abuse victims. The lawmakers who support the bill emphasize that judges ought to be trusted to deliver the appropriate sentences without utilizing a policy that they say has been abused over the years. Critics said the bill dismantled the criminal justice policies in place after years of deliberation. And another bill that would have eliminated felony drug possession charges and shift a focus to treatment rather than punishment of substance abuse has died in a House of Delegates subcommittee. Anyone found in possession of controlled substances would have faced misdemeanor charges under the House bill that was introduced by Delegate Sally Hudson of Charlottesville. The bill also would have amended conditions set for probation under the current first offender statute, which allows drug possession charges to be dismissed if certain conditions are met. Nathan Mitchell, who's a community outreach and advocacy coordinator at Henrico-based McShin Foundation, said the bill was the first step toward reforming the criminal justice system. The proposal never really saw the light of day in the House, though. The panel never picked it up before crossover, during which each chamber must complete voting on any bills that will be advanced to the other chamber. Delegates said the bill was important, but had concerns about having enough time to secure the funding needed to redirect into treatment. You can read more about both of these measures on henricocitizen.com by clicking News and then General Assembly. Yesterday we told you that Henrico Police had arrested an 18-year-old in connection with a February 4th shooting near the intersection of Laburnum Avenue and Mechanicsville Turnpike. Well, later yesterday they made another arrest, this time a 19-year-old Richmond man, Marquise Jaman Alston, who now faces 2 counts of malicious wounding and 2 counts of the use of a firearm in the commission of a felony. He's being held without bond at Henrico County Jail. 2 people were shot and injured in the incident. Next Tuesday, February 16th, U.S. Congressman Donald McEachin will host a virtual COVID-19 vaccine town hall on Zoom. The event will begin at 6 p.m. and will include several guests, including Henrico Health Director Danny Avula, who's now the state COVID vaccine coordinator, as well as Keith Hare, the president of the Virginia Healthcare Association. If you'd like to register for the meeting, you can visit our website, henricocitizen.com, click on News and then Government to find a link. It is that time of the week when we provide you with an updated list from recent property transactions in Henrico County. You can take a look at those now and see what homes near you are selling for. Visit henricocitizen.com, click on News and then Property Transactions to view our list. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Henrico County's COVID-19 Municipal Utility Relief Program. It provides assistance for delinquent bills with consumption from March 1st of last year through December 30th of this year. To learn more, visit henrico.us.